Somebody was sneaking in here. How the heck are you? Just sitting here catching up on some reading. I had read some of this book for a friend of mine that wanted me to take a look at it and see if it had good information in it. It was about a year ago, I guess. And I've been meaning to pick up a copy of it. Well, I ran across it the other day, and about a week ago, I guess, and ordered it. And I love the thing. One, I enjoyed the lady's style of writing. Okay. And for new homesteaders starting out, this is a great book because it kind of gives you the A to Z's. All right. Like for the new homesteader starting out, they start talking about some of the basic tools you're going to have and things you're going to need for your household, right down to first aid kits. And they break out, this is the bare minimums you want to have in that first aid kit. These are the kind of medications you want to keep on hand in that first aid kit, blah, blah, blah. I love the way this lady does this. And let me tell you something. She covers everything from day one, what you need to start putting together to be a homesteader, how it's used. She covers it all, right down to making your own biodiesels, and then she even gives you a little inside secret of how you can go ahead and convert that over to some moonshine if you'd like, which just tickled the heck out of me. Like, girl's a shiner, I get it. But yeah, I've been doing a little reading on this. She goes into food storage and roof repairs. I mean, this thing is just a wealth of knowledge. Now, stuff like this you can find out online. All this information is out online. But you get out on a homestead and stuff goes south, power grid down, things of this nature, where you lose access to that internet. This right here, folks, is the only way you're going to have that information at your fingertips. Okay? You do, if you was in the office here, you'd see books all over the place. Hard books is what you got to have. Because you need something you go back and reference. That simple. But you can only read them one at a time. And I got to tell you, if I had to pick one to start off with for a new homesteader, and it calls itself the Encyclopedia of Independent Living, and by golly, it is. It really has, covers everything from buying land to some of the lost homesteading arts, things of this nature. It is a great book. It's done by Nicole Ferries, and it's the ultimate guide to homesteading. And it really is, from what I've seen, one of the best books in the field. Seriously, for somebody just starting out. Now, you can find a topic that maybe she doesn't cover it far enough in depth for you, that if you get in the middle of it, you want to go check it out. But I've really been taking a hard look at her stuff. And I got to be honest with you, folks, she does a great job. Okay, does a great job. Books like this is what you need on a homestead. Books like this is what you need to start reading before you own your homestead. Because she's going to tell you, and books like this are going to tell you what you need to take with you, what you need to have. And something as simple as, canning supplies. You can be living in an apartment and buy canning and use canning supplies. You can always use first aid stuff. You can take time, buy some used tools at yard sales, things of this nature. All this is broken out in these kind of books. And the biggest thing is in a crisis situation, you still have access to that information. And that's important. Because you don't want to be guessing when suddenly you go, yeah, I've got to fix the flashing on a roof and I don't know how. Okay, I'm not a roofer. This lady covers it. I mean, she has got everything. Or you just might want to figure out how you can build a still and make your own shine and not worry about it. Okay. But books are important. I think if you talk with any experienced homesteaders, they're going to tell you having it in print is always better because she's very entertaining. Number one, I like her writing style because there's always something in at least one or two chapters that makes you crack up. It's like I'd like to meet this woman. I really would. It's available out on Amazon. That's where I got mine. After I forgave them for my stupidity. Really, I didn't dig deep enough on what was going on between them and Parlor, and when I found out, it's not they're not as guilty as seems. It wasn't over just political correctness. There were some other issues there, which caused them just to go, "Oop, okay, yeah, I'll stick a link down there." Yeah, I do have an affiliate account with them. Okay, I don't use it very often, but for this book, yeah, I would strongly recommend it. I don't buy a heck of a lot from Amazon. I'm one of these store shoppers. I like to look and see and feel kind of thing. So, I mean, I had a bunch of stuff, which I've got to go back and get. I'm getting another truck, and it needs some work on it. It's a dually, 1 ton. Like, I got to buy a fiberglass fender for the rear dually. It had a blowout and took a chunk out. Things of this nature, get it set up, get it ready for the road. Here again, it's a 1996, okay? But I'm needing something that is a little heavier duty than my half ton. So I've worked a deal to pick this one up from a friend of mine down here. And ought to be interesting. Take you along on a journey. I'll show you the ugly beast when it gets here and then what it looks like when I get done with it. Not going to get real crazy with it, but I do want to clean it up some and get the fender fixed. And it's got okay tires on it. Okay, I wouldn't be afraid to drive it around here with them. I wouldn't want to take off and head across country with them. Okay, the engine's great. Matter of fact, the guy that owns the thing, he used it a lot as a parts truck, and he's rebuilt the engine in it, rebuilt the transmission in it. Put heavy duty springs on it, things like that, So, but it's got his business name on the back window, so I'm going to be out there with a little razor scraper getting all that off. And I want to get, I think I can get by with it. It's got some dings and dents, so it's not like I'm going to get a paint job on it, but I was looking at it, and I thought, it's got a black hood to start with, because they had a custom hood on it. And it's got the little black fender flares on the front, and it's got 2 regular, standard dually flares on the back. And I was looking at it, and I thought, this thing would clean up pretty good if I just took and painted all the fender flares black. Since the hood's black, the fender flares are black, and I'm planning on putting a 5th wheel. I don't know if you've ever seen them 5th wheel tailgates. Are kind of like the heavy hardwire mesh that's kind of V-shaped. Well, they're usually black, and I'm going to put that on it. So I thought, I could make this thing look halfway decent, I think. So I'm not going to get real crazy with painting it all up. You know me. I've drove that old truck of mine for years and years and years with, dings, dents, rust, primer mainly. Everything's in primer. So, yeah. But, take you along on that journey. I'll show you when I first get it, kind of give you the raw look at it. Okay. Interior's a mess. Typical work truck, So, probably have to get some seat covers for it and all that kind of silly stuff. But, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I like tinkering with cars. But I think that would be an inexpensive way to do it. And, because I'm looking to pick up a trailer to drag around. Yeah, I told you I was going to get a trailer and go move on the mountain. And I need something heavy enough to really do some heavy towing if I need it. So there you go. So I'll take you along on that little adventure. Matter of fact, it'll probably be. I talked with him when we worked the deal. He needs to the injectors are leaking on the thing. They'll leak a little fuel in there, so it'll be, if you like pull up somewhere you stop, it'll flood itself from these leaking injectors till it bleeds off the injectors. Anyway, it'll leak out these injectors, so it takes 8 injectors on this monster of a motor in this thing. And he needs to, it bleeds off. So part of the deal is he's going to go ahead and replace those with 8 new injectors so that problem stops. You know, it's one of those things, you get used to driving a vehicle. He just knows to, you know, crank it and floorboard it and, you know, let it fire off. He said, but it is sometimes a pain to start, you know, right after you've driven it. He said, cold starting, just get in, hit the key, and it spins once and fires right off. So it's like, well, yeah, let's do that. But yeah, it's got a rebuilt engine in it, rebuilt transmission. The rear differential is fairly new, what he said. They put some extra heavy-duty overload springs on the thing. Got a big, huge air cooler for the transmission cooler, and yeah, it's set to tow, man. And even has a weight distribution hitch for it, and a 5th wheel. So, figure, yeah, it'd be a good deal. So, I'll be bringing that on board. Yeah, that'll be fun. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. I get talking to you folks, I wander off into the sunset. Starting out fresh new homesteader. Start buying yourself some books. Find them that you're interested in. This one here, I can highly recommend this one. I really can. It is, when it says it's the ultimate guide to homesteading, it covers a lot in detail, which is really shocking. Now, it's a little thick. You can get it in Kindle, I think, out there on Amazon. I think it's out, and it's fairly cheap, but I don't know. Here again, keep in mind, the reason I prefer books is because if you get into a grid down situation or something like this, or you step on your iPad or whatever that Kindle stuff runs on, you got a problem. Books, pretty much always around. You know, I've got some real old books around, so they hold up. So I'll put a link in the description. Doesn't cost you any more, doesn't cost you any less. Like no kind of deal on the thing, but helps me out. Yeah, I'll be honest with you on it. A lot of people say, well, links in the description. Well, yeah, links in the description. I'll say a little bit, like I think 3% or 2% or something like that. Nothing. But it helps. Every little bit helps. So yeah, take a look at it. See what you think. Go out and take a look at the description on the thing and see what you think of it. But I've been impressed with she's very entertaining. That's what I get a kick out of. Is, you know, a little off the wall. I'd like to meet this woman. She's a trip, and very knowledgeable. And she does have a lot of other books out there on all assorted things, to where she takes like one topic and goes into it in depth. This one here is pretty much like, I don't know, call it a Bible kind of thing, where it is assorted. She's pumped a lot of information into it. So do get into that. Take a look at it. Like I said, it's worthwhile to you. It really is. Have that kind of information, and it gives you a little heads up of some of the things that before you actually move out onto that land, you can go, hey, I'm going to need this and this, and look at that. That's sitting on a yard sale table for 10 cents, and I need one. That's kind of the plan behind it. Get yourself a good basic knowledge of what you're going to need out there. Start picking it up. I like where you folks get in your heads, a lot of you now that have been for years saying, I'd love to homestead, but I can't. And now you're getting rid of, I'm going to homestead because I can. That's a determination you need to get onto. You figure out a way to do it and go do it. All right. Still looking for deals, and I'm going to, as I say, run across them, I'll let you know. But there is ways to buy land cheap. There's ways to get on the land cheap. You can buy raw land and get yourself a little cheap trailer and stick out there and live in that until you get set up, like I did in that one video. So, and yeah, I'm going to be out shopping for some RVs. I'll, kind of show you what to watch out for. Matter of fact, that'd probably make a good video for you. Buying an old beat up used RV, what you need to watch for so that you don't get hosed. I can do that for you. Okay. Y'all have a great day. Don't want this to be too long. I love you guys. Appreciate you. Y'all take care.